What's going on, guys? It's Greg and welcome back to another A2 hosting tutorial. By now, hopefully you've been able to use our how to install WordPress at A2 web hosting video to get your WordPress.org blog or website up and running. Hopefully you could use the discount I provided you in the video, which can be found on our deals tab under A2 coupon, which will get you the best discount on the market, which is $2.99 hosting at the moment. It's really awesome. A lot of people pay $5 or even $10 for hosting when they get started. So I hope you could use that discount link and get going. I've compiled a list for you guys of FAQ from the video and from social media like tweets you sent me, emails, all that. And I'd like to show you that and knock off 5 questions so hopefully you can get some answers now that you're in A2 and you're probably wondering, what do I do next? Have this amazing hosting. It's super fast and has become one of the leading premium web hosts in the market for WordPress especially. But what do I do now with this awesome tool? There's so many buttons and links. So let's open up that FAQ and hopefully I can go through this quick so that you can get your question answered if it's not the first one or the second one. And if it's not on here at all, just pop it in the comments and I'll try to get back to you the same day, right in the video comments. So the first question I get a lot from you guys is, just because you have hosting, does it mean you have WordPress? Well, in your case with A2, you can actually have hosting without WordPress. That's because in the video, we did the WordPress install. Now, where do we do that? We do that with a tool in the video, somewhere around midway through, right around the 20 seconds minute mark, called Softaculous. So using A2, you get access to Softaculous and you can install WordPress as many times as you want. That is assuming you have a plan at A2 that lets you run multiple websites, which is another one of our questions. How do you run multiple websites? We'll get to that in a second. I just want to show you right now that if you want to install WordPress again, or maybe it didn't install properly, you can just click on your Cpanel login button, which you get to from the main login screen. So first off, just to log into A2, you would go to my.a2hosting.com, pop in your name and password or your email and password. And then even though it says portal home screen, this is just an overview page. So to get to your actual hosting tools, you would just click on the home button and that'll take you to the welcome back screen. And now we can click on Cpanel to get to Softaculous, where you would install WordPress if it didn't work already for you or if you want to do it again. So from Cpanel, you can just do a command, find, search for Softaculous. And under software right here, we have WordPress Manager by Softaculous. So guys, you can just click on that. And this is where you install WordPress at A2 hosting. So to wrap up that first question, yes, it's possible that you have A2 hosting and not WordPress. And no, just because you have hosting, it doesn't mean you have WordPress. Some people just have the hosting so that they can make a website from scratch or host anything random that they might want to put on the internet. With some other hosts like Bluehost, when you buy the hosting, it'll set up WordPress automatically for you just when you click like submit to the hosting order. But in the case of A2, you have to install WordPress manually. I think that's actually a good step. That's how a lot of my favorite hosts have always done it. And unlike installing a new patio deck on your house or installing a new switchboard to your keyboard, you don't have to do any manual labor. You just click a few more buttons and you actually get to feel like you're installing WordPress. So our next question is, are there any more expenses? If there are, what might they be? Are they optional or mandatory? And we're going to talk about themes too via my link to get a theme. So once you sign up for your hosting, for example, you get the startup hosting like I did, that's all you need to pay. You're going to pay $2.99 with our discount. You're going to pay that $2.99 price for 3 years, or if you decided to go for a smaller term period like a year or monthly, you'll just pay whatever price you signed up for when you got the hosting. So there's really no bells and whistles or any sort of add-ons that will come up other than your domain name. In your client area here on your welcome back screen, you can click on domains, and we can see that our domain is going to renew every year. So I have it registered on May 2020, May 8th. It's going to be up for renewal on the 28th of April, which is a little bit before the registration date, just to give you a heads up. And it's active on the renewal. I believe that'll cost us about $15 from A2. As for everything else you get with your website, which we could see at a2wpdemo.com, everything else is free. So the WordPress.org installation is 100% free. Your SSL certificate is free. All the plugins that are inside WordPress, the widgets and all that are free, and it's free to make a website. If you do find any unforeseen costs, let me know, because there really shouldn't be any, and I don't want you to get ripped off. Now, the one thing people do pay for, and one thing I paid for when I started blogging professionally, was a WordPress theme. So WordPress themes come in a lot of different shapes and sizes. You can get them for free within WordPress, but a lot of the free themes just don't look good and don't look like you'd think they would from the little demo image. Not to mention, there are hundreds of thousands of WordPress users that all use the free themes that it comes with, so you don't want to use the same theme as someone else, because I know you guys want to stand out and look amazing. Because of that, I like getting my themes from Theme Forest, and if you just go to gregnarayan.com/theme forest, I've set you up with the WordPress themes available. You do have to buy them, and they do cost typically between $20 and $50. Kind of an upfront investment I like making, and everyone will say, oh my gosh, you built that? And you can be like, yeah, I totally built it. But really, you just bought a cool theme, like Davichi or Heat or Crate. So I've set up this page, and you can click on WordPress categories. Like if you want to just make a blog magazine site, click on that, and you'll see all these cool blog and magazine sites that I've selected for you guys. And they all are amazing. I haven't tried out all of them, of course, because there are thousands of them. But this way you get a leg up, and you can go ahead and get yourself a better look. The cool thing is right now, a lot of the themes are on sale. Like that's like 30% off, which is awesome. So have at it and enjoy. And that would be the only additional cost with your A2 WordPress hosting. Okay, the next question I have is, could you manage multiple websites from one login, from one A2 hosting client area login? So you can do that, and to do that you first would need to have the upgraded package, which is going to be called the Drive package. We can see under Drive you get unlimited websites, whereas with the startup plan you just get one website, guys. So that means if you have the startup like I do, you just need to contact their live chat. You can hit chat right here when you're on your client area and ask them to upgrade your plan and prorate it accordingly, so you don't pay any more than you have to. Once you do that, you can always add more websites to A2. I've added tons of websites to my HostGator hosting, for example, and the process is all the same once you have a cPanel like you do at A2. We're just going to click on cPanel, and I'm going to run you through how to do that. So to have a new website, you would first need a new domain name, and to add the domain name, you could buy the domain name from GoDaddy, from Namecheap, or you could buy it right here at A2. Once you have it, you're going to want to come to add-on domains in your cPanel right here. Just says add-on domains, and just pop in that new domain name. So it's going to look like newdomain.com. Then just click off the screen. It'll give you a subdomain, which you don't have to change, and a domain root, which you don't have to change, and click add domain. It's not letting me because of my hosting plan now, because I do actually need that Drive plan or above to do that. But the point is the same. You just add the domain name like that. Then what you do is go into your domain's name servers. Let's say you bought it at GoDaddy. Change the name servers to point to A2 hosting, and you'll have your name servers for A2 in the welcome email you got. That's super cool. And then when you go to Softaculous and click install, it'll find your domain. You can go ahead and install WordPress onto that domain folder, which will be in your hosting account. And then once those name servers at your domain are pointed to A2, you'll be able to log in and start running a new website, all at A2 hosting. So whether you get your domain name somewhere else or at A2, it's pretty much the same process. If you do buy it at A2 though, you'll just go to the domain area right here, and you can go ahead and register a new domain name. Might be a little quicker this way, but you'll still have to wait for the domain to purchase and settle and then connect with your hosting. Okay guys, so the next question I always get from you guys, especially through email and the YouTube comments, is just regarding design. Like, how do you start designing your blog? Well, the first tip I have is that it's design, design, design. That's what people look for, but it's not always the most expensive theme is the best. As we could see on Theme Forest, a lot of these really cool looks only cost like under $40. Some even, in the 30s, which is awesome. Some even under 30. You don't have to pick the most popular theme like X theme or Avada just because other people have it. And a lot of the times the expensive ones are actually really complicated to set up and require a designer, and you're going to get like a white screen with a few boxes and borders and not know what else to add in. So pick a theme that's amazing and simple, and in the reviews make sure people say it's simple to set up and hopefully easy to use. And if you need specific themes from ThemeForest, I can also recommend those to you. A family of themes I love a lot for blogging is called Solo Pine. And I think I can just go to all items and search for Solo Pine. There's Solo Pine. We get awesome themes like Laurel, and if you click on the name Solo Pine, right here, you should get other themes by Solo Pine. There we go. So that was just an advertisement at the top. You get awesome themes like Sitka, Rosemary, Redwood, Hemlock. Really good blog themes designed for bloggers, Instagrammers, clean layouts, beautiful images, and professional designs, of course, that will hopefully help you make money blogging. So you don't need to spend a lot. Go for simple, tried and true themes. And if you don't want to pay for a theme, you could always try A2. And if you don't want to pay for your theme, you could always try Astra. It's a little more basic, but it will be mobile friendly out of the box. And Astra has some really cool pre-made templates if you just need to get a look up and running for any sort of industry like real estate or fashion. So good options to get started with. Now the last, but definitely not the least question I get from you guys, which is really popular, is just how to navigate. How do you log in and start blogging? Well, to get started, you will just be on your domain name, and most people do a /wp-admin for admin. You have to spell it just as such, otherwise it'll take you to like an error page. Then pop in your username and password that you made when you installed WordPress. If you don't know those, you can click lost your password and have one resent to your email, and that'll get you to the WordPress dashboard where you can log in and make your first blog post, and of course install that theme we talked about. In terms of navigating from the client area at A2, one good place to go to is of course your Cpanel. This is where you can do things like create an email address. You do that down here in email accounts. You can make an email with your domain name on it, like @yourdomain.com. You can also go to File Manager to upload your own files. From here, you would go to Public HTML, WP Content, Themes, pick your theme. We have Astra installed now just as a demo. And this is where you can upload your own files and templates for pages. Maybe you make your own different like PHP file or some sort of code for the site. You can upload it here and test it out as its own file. Pretty cool. And then from the Softaculous page, if you click on all installations, that's how you get to this page, which is sort of the backdoor script way to get into WordPress. You would just click on, I believe, this person here, and that should take you into your WordPress dashboard. Looks like we need to update now, so might as well do that so our WordPress site stays 100% secure and speedy and super duper for you. Alright guys, so as I select all of our plugins and WordPress software to update, I just wanted to say thanks for watching our A2 WordPress hosting FAQ. If you have any more questions, which I'm sure you do, make sure to pop those in the comments beneath the video. Of course, make sure to click the like button so that I know that this video meant something to you, and go ahead and subscribe so that you see all of our WordPress tutorials on your YouTube screen right when you open up YouTube. And that way you can learn a little new tip each time you're there. All right, again, final reminder, please ask your questions. No question is too silly or too simple or just too crazy. Maybe you have a ton of questions and you just can't ask them in Google because they're too crazy and you have to write too many words in a Google search. Pop those in the comments below and I'll make sure to decipher them and help you guys out because you and your blog are worth it to me. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'll talk to you soon.